Action.
What is up, guys? Welcome to Shut Up and Listen.
Shut
My
up!
name's Danté. I'm here with my friends at Zook Studios, and we're here to do what we do as usual, but we're recording it this time around. See if we can make something out of this. So by that, I mean, today we're doing our albums of the year. We're going to do our top 3. So we're just going to give you a taste of what we listened to overall, as well as let you know what artists we were into this year. And so I'm here today with my friend Vincent.
I just got dumped and I'm out of weed, so you know what's up.
And Nick Zook.
That was juice.
Alright, and so with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and start with my number 3 pick of the year. It's going to be Standards by Into It Over It. When the first single dropped, I was really psyched on it. They put out the second single, and I actually didn't really like it at first, but when I got to listen to the entire album, I recognized this new experimentation with instrumentation, as well as just a whole new sound for Into It Over It, and I thought it was a really nice progression from the previous album, Intersections, and overall it was a very solid record.
Okay, so for my number 3 choice, I have to go with Balancing Composure. So when they came out with this new record this year, Light We Made, they started off with a single, Postcard, and with Postcard, that was different than from anything I've ever heard from the band. Like, before I thought them like alternative band with like, they kind of scream sometimes, they got some nice low singing, just pretty chill. And then Postcard came out, and I get like a chippy vibe from it for some reason. I don't know what caused this new sound from them, but it's different than everything that they released prior to this, and I like it. So that's to go with my number 3 this year.
Number 3 album of the year. I'm gonna have to give it to Childish Gambino's Awaken My Love. Alright, so the reason I put this as bronze because it's probably the most recent album out of my list. I think it deserves bronze because just the pure experimentation of like the instrumentals, like the whole vocal patterns and like just how he delivers it. It's such like an interesting trip through this album, and you get this soul R&B revival, and it's just like 70s and just fat bass and nice little synths, just interesting little playful like vocal lines, and it was such a drastic change from like the anticipated rap album that they thought Childish Gambino was gonna drop, and this was just like a punch in the anus for anyone that was expecting like a rap album.
Another because of the internet. Alright, so then my number 2 spot is going to go to Let Live's If I'm the Devil. I really love this band because of their chaoticness and the intensity that they have with their previous albums, as well as their live performance. But with this album, they took it down a notch as far as their chaotic sound, but definitely held their intensity within this album. They had more accessible vocals as well as guitars, and the commentary that Jason puts into the lyrics just on the state of the nation with cops and minorities and stuff like that, it really hits home for me. And just overall the album just had such a fuller sound while being able to hold that intensity from their previous work.
Okay, so my number 2 album this year is coming from a band called Movement, and they recently got signed to Fearless, and before they got signed to Fearless, I had no idea who they were, but they came out with this EP this year, and it's called Outgrown Things. And this is my favorite album this year, or it's my number 2 of this year, because of the lyrics. Like, his perspective on things is just really different. Like, he has a song called 19, and the song 19, it's just, basically what I get from the song is, we're all fucked, there's no stability, and it doesn't matter what you do, just keep doing what you do. For him, it's music making it. For me, I want to do music one day, so it just connects, man.
My Silver Award, number 2 on my list. I gotta give it to California by Blink-182. I know it's like the all-stars of the pop-punk genre. They're just leading, they're the pyramid of that genre right now, and they lost a fundamental member.
Where are you? And I'm so sorry.
Tom DeLonge. You probably heard him just then. So, anyway,
I did.
Because they lost Tom, they had to replace him with a member called Matt Skiba, and he's from Alkaline Trio. And it's interesting, this band kind of stayed true to what they kind of had envisioned, but it's just, this album is so, I'm not saying it's mature, but it's mature in their career, because songs like We Built This Pool is like super not mature, but you just gotta understand that like this album, there's not one song that you don't recognize and that you don't think of later because it's stuck in your head, and it's just so great.
I want to see some naked.
So, alright, so my number one album of the year is gonna go to Bayside's Vacancy. And I had never listened to a Bayside album from front to back before, so I was very impressed when I heard this album. It had excellent guitar leads, and the intensity of Anthony Ranieri's vocals just really solidified this as my number one album of the year. And what also really helped me get into this album is the way that the tracks are ordered. It takes you through a emotional roller coaster with a lot of turns and drops, and it's almost as if he's walking through the stages of grief. And that's really why I had to give it my album of the year.
Great.
So I guess my number one's gonna be Cody from Joyce Manor. So
Really, nigga? Really, nigga?
can you shut the fuck up? Honestly, I like the album so much because like I really like the Swellers and the Light Under the Door. That album, Cody reminds me so much of the Light Under the Door, and I just think they just jam. They just feel good. The album just feels good. That's all I gotta say.
So my album of the year is definitely going to be Cody by Joyce Manor also. I feel this album in my gonads. Like, it's super nostalgic, like Vincent said, but it's not too fast. Like, you appreciate the album. You don't get burnt out on it. Like, all the songs are, like, perfect length. You could say it's quick, but it's, like, nothing stopping you from just listening to the album again. It's so digestible. Just jams upon jams. They even have one, like, acoustic song. You're like, wow, I can sing along to this, like, every time. It's so appealing. That's why I had to give it my number one slot. Here's Steve Joyce Manor. Y'all are dope. It was great seeing y'all in OKC. Hell yeah.
I just want to say I really like the album too. Like, not that I don't like it. It's a pretty good album.
Poser.
Come on. I mean, like, if anything, I'm their biggest fan over here. There's just like a lot of really good stuff. Also, like they're probably like my number 4, 5, 7, 8. Anyways. Thanks for watching, guys. This hopefully you get a taste of what we're into. And really, 3 albums is not enough. I had plenty of other albums I want to get to. Really, I was surprised looking back that this was a really good year in music, you know, despite all the other bullshit that happened this year. That being said, thanks for watching. I need fucking... Thanks so much for watching, guys.
Shut up!
I'm Dante.
My name is Nick.
And I'm dying inside.
It's just Vincent, though.
Yeah.
Links in the description, because that's what everybody else says. And Anthony Bamtano signing out.
The needle dick. I mean, drop.
The needle cock.
Needle.
Shut up!